points.
No doubt about it. And his team benefits. They don't care about yards per carry. They just care about points up on the board.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
At the 25-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now this time, Rosen will throw. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. And if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 32-yard line. Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. DJ Reader there on the tackle. From the 30 on 2nd down, Rosen is going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
They'll go to Pirine, trying to pound it in. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down now, it's Miller, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
We're set. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Hey, pick your game up. Motion, motion, motion. 59, Mike. 54. Check 59. Mike 5'9. Mike 5'9.
Out of the gun, Watson.
He's not going to give it.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick.
Interception on deck, baby.
Intercepted. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
They'll come up now with a clock showing 3 seconds to go here in the first. Now Pirine. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Hey, alert, alert. Hi. Deuce. Switch. Take four. Hey, switch.
Balaj. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. They run it with Balaj. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
Jason Sanders on for the field goal. A 23-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think
Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Check 59, Mike. 59, Mike to 59. It's been a long day for you. 59's Mike. Check, 59. You.
Fresh off the pick 6, it's Watson. That's Stills bringing it in. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hey, 59. My 52. I got it. No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. 1, 2, 3.
Back to throw, Watson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Get the ball. 52's the mic, boys. 52. Here we go, G.
From the gun, here's Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 75 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shout along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. On the delay, it's Balaj. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. From just shy of midfield, Rosen. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 29-yard line.
Middle. 4-1 Mike. I got you.
The play fake to Balaj. Now Rosen. And this is caught at the 8. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 25 yards that time.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Check. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check. Switch.
They're running the jet sweep here to Parker, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Defense wins championships, baby. Tighten up. 80. Check.
Now Balaj. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The first down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling, too. Because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Watson. It's complete. It's Miller. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta.
Bang, 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 bang.
On second down, it's Miller. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist, 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 twist. First six. Mike 55, Mike 55. We own them. We own them. Look small. 55 is Mike, guys, 55.
On first and 10, Watson. To the catch made by Hopkins. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6.
At the 44-yard line.
No, off. 55. And 55. 6. Mike 55.
Now Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Watson now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it first and 10.
Check.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9. Off of play action, it's Watson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Following the sack, it's now third and long for Watson and the Texans. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's letting this one go and for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Check 26, check 26.
He'll have a first down and more past the 20. And finally down at the 32-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field.
X3, 218, chop it. 5. Watch the whip. 2 minutes. 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 41. Hey, alert, alert. Check.
Here's Rosen to throw. And this is Parker, complete. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
13 yards on the play. That's another Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Check pass. Alert, alert, alert. 41's coming. 41's a mic.
From the red zone now, here's Rosen on first down. And this is caught. It's Parker. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Sanders' kick is good. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But
Lamar Miller, he's at the 30, 10, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This will be taken very short. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That second down play nets a -4.
Brought down back at the 31-yard line.
On third down, Rosen. And it's caught by Parker. A big play there for the Dolphins. 42 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Dylan Cole, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Check, 59, 59. Got him, go!
After the interception, here's Watson. And this would complete to Will Fuller. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
To throw is Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Rosen. And oh, look at that. A diving catch. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
Check 41. I'm here.
Now Rosen on first down. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kalen Ballage, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. And the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. On first down, Watson. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 5. And it'll make it second down.
Hey, 31! Check 3, come on! Check right. Let's go!
Here's Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards on that one and also a Texan first down.
Hey, switch gears. Watch the safety creep. Get along.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 41.
Check nickel. To the car. Mike 55.
Watson looks to throw again. He's going to look deep end zone for Hopkins. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Switch up. Motion.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check, go back. We got motion. Back up. Right there in the middle, 55. Get in the weight room. Hustle. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Mike 55, Mike 55.
Throwing again is Watson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Christian Wilkins in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
55's my guy, 55. Come on, D.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Christian Wilkins in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
Check, 55 to Mike. Check, 55. Mike, 55.
3rd and long, it's Watson. And he's going to go down again.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And that will force a turnover on downs. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kalen Ballage saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Sanders on for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson setting up the screen for Miller. Give them 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Watch twist. Watch twist. 6 guys. Check 6 guys. 24 down. He's coming.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Watson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Kill, kill, kill. 25. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
Here we go on 4th. Watson going deep for Hopkins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 28, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Touchdown, defense. Out.
He gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker. 66 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
55's my guy, 55. Come off the ball hard. Mike, 55.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 41. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
What we got? Alert, alert, alert. Come. Kill.
Recon, 132 fighter. What do you got?
And to give this time to the tailback. second down a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Check. Check hot route. Hot.
They'll try and run with Balaj. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Miller. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one 28 yards on the ground. They keep it with Miller on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. This is Miller. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 11. Watson now to throw. He's got Fuller. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Texans get a bit closer. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. They'll try and run it in with Miller. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. So still lots of work left to do. But here comes the onside kick. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Check 3, check 3.
Again, it's Balaj. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hey, alert, alert. Hey, alert, alert.
A play fake to Balaj. Now Rosen. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They'll try and throw for it with Rosen. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. So not only do they convert on fourth, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
Under 10, 10, 36, 36. Monday.
Oh, Rosen's going to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Again, it's Rosen. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Well, look, this is a team, Charles. They faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division. But they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Motion.
24!
50. Ball, trot. 55. On the ball. 55 is mine, guys. 55.
Watson going to throw again. He's going to let it fly. They got his man complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Yo. Hayward. 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Rip right. Mike 55. Mike 55.
On 1st and 10, Watson. They'll find Miller. That's complete. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Mike 55. Check 55. Mike. Too little, cupcake.
Like 55. Down him, go.
Again, it's Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And they move this all the way down to the 9. And losing in this wild card round, you know, they've got something to build on, though, for next year. But I don't know if they want to hear that right now.
Maybe not at the moment, but once they get away from it a little bit and they get to their off-season program, and they'll start to talk about that. And I like how you framed it, building blocks, you know, building this program up. And one of my favorite coaches always talks about brick by brick, you build a program. And this is one of those bricks to build them towards the next season where they think they have a chance to advance farther in the playoffs.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon. Or check us out at easports.com.